Putin made concerning comments about a NATO member. Please subscribe to the channel before we delve into the video. Vladimir Putin issued a worrying threat against his Latvian neighbor amid rising tensions between the two countries. Here's why Latvia and Russia are having problems and what it could mean for stability in the region. On December 4th, Putin attended a meeting of the country's Council for Development of Civil Society and Human Rights via video, and made a number of concerning statements about new policies from Latvia's government. Latvian authorities adopted a law in September 2022 that would transition the country's educational system towards one with only one official language, Latvian. The decision was a major issue for leaders in the Kremlin. Latvia has a substantial Russian-speaking population according to Politico, which noted that as much as 1/4 of the country speaks Russian. That would amount to about 1.8 million of the Baltic countries' inhabitants. Latvia has a substantial Russian-speaking population, according to Politico, which noted that as much as 1/4 of the country speaks Russian. That would amount to about 1.8 million of the Baltic countries' inhabitants. To understand the current crisis, we need to look back at the series of events leading up to it. The chronology begins with a geopolitical shift in Eastern Europe when Russia's involvement in Ukraine intensified. This was not a sudden move, but a calculated step by Russian President Vladimir Putin. Long before the conflict in Ukraine reached its current state, warnings were issued by the Baltic countries, including Latvia. These nations, having a profound understanding of Putin's Russia, anticipated the impending threat. However, these warnings were largely ignored by the Western European nations, prioritizing their business links with Russia over security concerns. Fast forward to today, the invasion of Ukraine by Russia proved these warnings right, forcing the European Union to acknowledge its naivety. The stark difference in approach towards Russia between Eastern and Western European nations became apparent. Amidst this, Putin's aggressive actions and threats extended beyond Ukraine, reaching as far as its neighbor, Latvia. This escalation not only amplified the existing tensions, but also caught the attention of international bodies such as NATO and the EU. The international community's response to Putin's war was unified. The invasion was seen as a launchpad of lies, with Putin's claims of sending peacekeepers to Ukraine being deemed false. This reaction, however, did not deter Putin, but rather strengthened NATO's unity against Russia. As the situation continues to unfold, the actions of Russia and Latvia will have significant implications for the stability of the region and potentially the world. Amidst this escalating tension, Putin's threat against Latvia reverberates around the world. The Russian leader's menacing words carry weight, raising concern not only for Latvia but for the entire international community. The potential implications are far-reaching. A potential shift in the balance of power, a possible armed conflict, and the frightening prospect of a larger-scale war. Latvia, standing firm, has responded with resilience, refusing to be intimidated. This threat, met with international condemnation, has put Russia's relations with Latvia and the larger global community under scrutiny. The world waits in anticipation as Latvia braces itself for what could be a defining moment in its history.